Hello, fellow magical creatures. So here's the deal. 6 witchy content creators decided to come together and make a giant collaboration. This is definitely the biggest collaboration that I have personally been a part of. And we all decided to create different videos with different subjects. But in my video, I will be showing you how to create a MegaSigil. But before we get into that, I'd like to introduce you to the other witchy YouTubers in this collaboration, just so you can see what their videos will be about as well. All of their information will be linked down in the description box below if you'd like to check out their channels. We hope you enjoy the collection of videos that we have created for you. Blessed be.
Hi, my name is Panthera, I'm the Norse Witch, and in this video collab, I will show you how to cast a very easy, beginner-friendly self-love spell.
My name is Heather Lynn. I am the Green Forest Witch, and you can find me at my channel, The Wild Forest Witchery.
Hello, my darlings. My name is Amy, and I'm an art witch who loves to do magical crafting.
Hi, I'm Panthera, and my channel is Panthera the Feralwood Witch. For the collab, I'll be doing a confidence spell for content creators. Check it out.
My name is Aurora, and I'm over at Lavender Hazelwood Witches. I'll be showing you how to use and make a moon calendar for magical purposes.
Hello again. If you don't already know who I am, my name is Ivy. I am primarily a chaos magician, but I do also practice witchcraft. I am a shamanic practitioner. I am a Kabbalist. I do a lot of different things. I am a psychic as well. So I just call myself an occultist to keep it easy because I practice a lot of different magical traditions. I am so excited to be part of this collaboration. Most of you already know, but I just created this YouTube channel back in January of 2022. So this is still a fairly new YouTube channel, and I feel very, very honored to be able to do a collaboration with some pretty big witchy content creators. So super excited for this. So I hope you enjoyed the videos that we have put together for you. But in my video, we're going to be talking about how to create a MegaSigil. And we're going to create this MegaSigil specifically for improving someone's psychic abilities. Although you can take the ideas in this spell and really create whatever you want with your own magical practice. I've said this a million different times on my other videos, but I am very much a proponent of do what works best for you. So without further ado, let's get into some spell crafting and spell casting. First things first, you might be asking yourself, considering the title of this video, Ivy, what is a MegaSigil? And that is a valid question. A MegaSigil is what I like to call a sigil that encompasses many smaller sigils within it. So this MegaSigil contains 4 different sigils in one, and it also incorporates a bit of planetary magic as well. I have done a video on how to create sigils. In that video, I included 4 different ways to make sigils, including the use of planetary grids, as well as how to charge and activate your sigils. So I'm not really going to be showing a how-to as far as a Sigil 101 series goes, but I will link that video below in the description box if you're interested in checking that video out. This video is more going to be for people that already kind of have a basic knowledge of sigils and are looking for some inspiration, or maybe just starting to get into planetary magic. You definitely don't have to do what I do, but I'm hoping that you can take some of this as inspiration for your own magical practice. So let's break this down a bit, because looking at this sigil firsthand, it can look a little confusing. So let's break down this MegaSigil so you can see all the different components that I have added here. And we will start with the 4 basic sigils first. Now don't be overwhelmed with the amount of information here. I promise this will make sense by the end of this video. But I decided that I had 4 different goals with developing my psychic abilities. And I think it's important for spell work to be as precise as you possibly can be, without overdoing it, of course, and making the spell impossible to manifest. But being precise is ideal. So I have 4 sigils here that I created. And so for my statements, I receive clear psychic images, because I want to work on being able to see visions more clearly. I hear psychic messages clearly, because I want to work on the audio portion of my psychic abilities as well. I also have, I can turn my psychic senses on and I can turn my psychic senses off. I think these are really important components to add to any sort of psychic ability spell, because you want the ability to turn your psychic senses on and off at will. That way you can actually turn them on when needed and you're not bombarded by information and images and sounds and senses and all these things when you don't necessarily want your psychic senses turned on, you know, like when you're at work or something. So in my personal opinion, it's important to have something that resembles being able to turn your psychic senses on and off at will. Now, I have my 4 sigils here that I want to create. So what I did, let's take this one for example. I hear psychic messages clearly. What I did is I crossed out all the vowels, leaving only the sounding consonants, which gave me this here. These are the sounding consonants. And then from here, I converted the letters to numbers. You can do this with just a simple grid, and I went over this in the Sigil 101 video. So again, if you're not familiar with any of these concepts so far, definitely check out that introductory sigil video. That'll help you out quite a bit. But after converting the letters to numbers, I crossed out any numbers that were repeating, and it left me with this final number here, the 897134. And so I did that for each of my sigils. So you can see here as well, I turned my psychic senses on. Here was the final resulting number for that phrase, and so on and so forth. Now, here is where we are going to bring in some planetary magic. And again, you do not have to do what I do. If you like to do your sigils a different way, then absolutely do what works best for you in your own magical practice. But we are going to bring in the moon because I want to do some planetary magic with the moon. The moon rules the unconscious realm, your emotions. It can be considered, you know, a door to your subconscious mind, anything that's magical and mystic and of the nighttime. There's so much more that goes into the moon, but I'm just doing a really quick recap here. So what I want to do is take these 4 statements and turn them into actual sigils using the planetary grid for the moon, because with this planetary magic, I'm wanting to work with the moon. Now here is what the planetary grid looks like for the moon. I have the 7 traditional planets here, but this one is for the moon. And again, if you're not familiar with this, check out that Sigil 101 video and it will walk you through how to work with planetary grids. But what I am going to do is I'm going to take my numbers. Let's take this 897134. I'm going to take it to my moon grid and I'm going to create the sigil out of that. So I'm going to find the 8, find the 9, the 7, the 1, the 3, and the 4, and it will create an image that looks like this. As you can see, I now have my 4 sigils that I want to work with using the planetary grid for the moon, because again, the moon is excellent for using in any spells regarding psychic development. Now let's go back to our MegaSigil. I started by drawing an eye in the center to represent the 3rd eye opening, and I also added some arrows in both directions because I want to receive images and I also want to be able to push images out. So I want to be able to use my psychic abilities both ways, for giving and for receiving, and I also want it to come from all directions. Now from here, I added in my 4 sigils that I created with the planetary grid for the moon, and you can see those here. I added in all 4 of the sigils here. And then I added a circle around the entire thing. Circles typically indicate protection, although they do have a lot of different correspondences, but most people associate with circles with protection. So I always like to put a circle around my sigils. It helps me feel like they're protected and enclosed and safe. And then from here, I wanted to add some additional symbolism with the planets as well. So up at the top in the north section, we have the symbol for Earth. And in the south section, we have the symbol for Pluto. Pluto kind of rules the underworld, and there's, again, a whole bunch of associations with Pluto. I won't be going into all the planetary correspondences today, but I felt that was perfect for what I was trying to do with this spell. And I also added Mercury in the east. The east is typically associated with air, although that's very debatable depending on the tradition of magic that you're from. But Mercury is associated with air, and I wanted to put the Mercury symbol here because Mercury is the planet of your mind, your mental space, which very much relates to a psychic development spell. And then in the west, representing water, I have Neptune. Neptune rules over dreams and illusions. I also thought that this was a planet that would be excellent in bringing into this spell. So really, I'm primarily working with the moon, using the grid for these 4 sigils in the center, but I did want to bring in some additional planetary symbolism on the outside. And this entire thing is my completed MegaSigil. So I will go through the proper charging and activating techniques, and I hope that you just kind of enjoy the rest of the process. I always love watching other people cast spells, so I'm hoping that you enjoy this. I'm hoping that you can take some of this stuff and really customize it to fit your own magical practice. This was really the most heady intellectual portion of the video. The rest of it should just be artistic and easy breezy. I'm going to charge and activate this sigil by setting up an outdoor altar, and it's best if you can incorporate some lunar elements. You know, doing this on a full moon would be excellent. Anytime that you can connect with the moon in a spell that involves developing your psychic abilities is going to help it, in my opinion, be more successful. But let's just cue a magical montage, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you are coming away from this with some new inspiration for your magical practice. And if you are interested in learning more about how to develop your psychic abilities and some tangible things that you can do, I did create a video for that. I'm going to link it down in the description box as well. That video goes much deeper into how to actually develop your psychic abilities. This was just a fun spell today that I wanted to share with you, but that video is a lot more informational. And I did also wanted to say thank you to my radical patrons. I just recently launched a new patron membership for this YouTube channel, so I wanted to do a quick patron shout out, of course. Thank you so much to Andrea, Kelly, Angela, Amy, Hellhound J, Helena, Donna, Rebecca, Emily, Jessica, Mika, Scotty, Renesha, and Charles. And again, if I have mispronounced any of those names, as per usual, please let me know in the comments below. Again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a blessed day. I'll see you in a video very soon. Bye.